The book titled Lesson 3-4 Solving Multi-Step Equations, and then they stuck two topics in here. They want us to solve problems by working backward. I am going to call that 3-4 Part A. And then we're going to solve equations with more than one operation, and we're going to call that Part B. So we're going to break this into two separate lessons. Working backward is one of many problem-solving strategies that we could use. Some of the other strategies are to draw a diagram, make a table or chart, make a model, guess and check. I like guess and check. Check for hidden assumptions. Use a graph. Solve a simpler or similar problem. Eliminate the possibilities. Look for a pattern. Act it out as fun. List the possibilities and identify the sub-goals. I do not usually work the problems from your book with you, but for the working backwards, I've got one example from the book and one from the PowerPoint, so we're going to do them both. Solve the problem by working backwards. After cashing her paycheck, Tara paid her father $20 she had borrowed. She then spent half of the remaining money on a concert ticket. She bought lunch for $4.35 and had $10.55 left. What was the amount of the paycheck? We want to start at the end of the problem and undo each step. We know that at the end of the day, she had $10.55. She bought lunch for $4.35. So to undo spending $4.35, we want to add that back to her $10.55. So before she bought lunch, she would have had $14.90. Now this next bit is a little bit tricky. It says she spent half of her money on a concert ticket. If she had $14.90 left, one half is $14.90, the other half is $14.90. So to undo that, we need to multiply the $14.90 by 2 to get $29.80 before she bought the concert ticket. Before she bought the concert ticket, she paid her father $20. So we need to undo spending $20 by adding $20 back, and we end up with $49.80. So her paycheck must have been $49.80. Now, if we check this answer in the context of the problem and start at the beginning, we'd start with $49.80, and we're going to work it out and see if it works. Paid $20, so now she's got $29.80. Okay, so she paid the 20, that one's done. Then she spent half the remaining money on a concert ticket, so I want to divide that by 2. When I divide by 2, I get $14.90. So that takes care of the concert ticket. And then she bought lunch for $4.35. So if I subtract $4.35 from that, she has $10.55 left, which is what the problem said she'd have. Hooray, we win. Now, Danny isn't the most practical guy because he doesn't know that you can use rope more than once. So keep that in mind. Danny took some rope with him on his camping trip. He used 32 feet of rope to tie his canoe to a log on the shore. The next night, he used half of the remaining rope to secure his tent during a thunderstorm. On the last day, he used 7 feet as a fish stringer to keep the fish he caught. After the camping trip, he had 9 feet of rope left because he doesn't know you can use rope more than once. How much rope did he have at the beginning of his camping trip? Okay, so now that we've got that out of our system, we do know, in fact, that rope could be used more than once. Danny didn't know that, so we're going to start off with the fact he had 9 feet of rope left. So when he used up 7 feet, we would have to undo using up 7 by adding 9 plus 7 to get 16. And he used up half the remaining rope to secure his tent, so to undo using up half, we would double it. So 16 times 2 is 32. And then he used 32 feet to tie his canoe, so 32 plus 32, he started off with 64 feet of rope, not realizing that the same rope could be used for more than one purpose. Okay, we're going to call that 3-4 Part A, and then in Lesson 3-4, you're going to get to do a bunch of mixed review. And then the next lesson we'll have will be 3-4 Part B, when we actually try to solve the multi-step equations.